My beloved child, he whom you love is known before my throne. His name is written upon the winds that carry your prayers, and though his soul trembles between the weight of earth and the call of heaven, I have not forgotten him. Neither have I forgotten you. In the secret place of dawn, I saw your tears fall like pearls upon the ground. You whispered his name, and though he heard you not with mortal ears, his spirit trembled, for love such as yours travels beyond distance, beyond confusion, beyond fear. You thought your voice was lost in silence, but every sigh reached me, and I gathered each one as holy incense before the courts of light. He loves you, yet his soul is torn. Shadows have bound the corners of his heart. And though he reaches for you, he feels the unseen chains of his past. There are wounds within him that he cannot name, wounds that whisper unworthiness, and I have taken those wounds into my own hands. I am cleansing him with rivers unseen, washing his mind in quiet dreams, calling him home through the corridors of mercy. Do not think his distance means rejection, it is the weight of his healing. Heaven moves slowly, like dawn unfolding, for what is divine must be restored by grace, not haste. I am teaching his soul to remember light, even when the world has taught him to fear it. He will remember love as I first wrote it into his being, not the love that clings, but the love that frees. You have asked me, Lord, why must I wait? Why must I feel his absence when my heart is ready? And I say unto you, because love must be made whole before it can be made eternal. You were not meant to gather broken pieces and call them destiny, you were meant to receive a soul mended by heaven, one whose pain has turned into peace. I have placed you both beneath the same sky of promise, yet in different seasons. While you dream of reunion, I am crafting redemption. While you ache for his return, I am preparing him to stand beside you unafraid. Each moment of longing is a brushstroke in the divine portrait of your story. Trust the artist of souls, for I do not waste emotion, every heartbeat has its purpose in my plan. When he dreams, I whisper your name into the chambers of his spirit. When he feels lost, I send the warmth of your love through the veil of distance, so that he may remember what it means to be chosen. He wrestles with shadows you cannot see, but I am already there in the battle. My angels surround him like dawn breaking over the mountains, and though he cannot yet see the light, soon he shall walk in it. Be still, my beloved. The waiting is not empty, it is sacred preparation. Do not look at what seems delayed, for divine timing is not measured by clocks, but by the readiness of hearts. I have seen the covenant you made with me in secret, the vow that you would love with patience, even when it hurts. That vow is not forgotten. It has power in heaven. It has summoned healing upon him. You see only distance, but I see the bridge forming between you. You see only silence, but I hear the music that shall one day fill it. You see his struggle, I see his awakening. Love, when sanctified, becomes a vessel of miracles, and you, my child, are part of that miracle. He is being renewed. slowly, gently, divinely. The fire that once consumed him shall become the fire that purifies him. His tears, though unseen, water the soil where faith will soon grow. And when he stands before you again, he shall not come as the man who left, but as the man I have been shaping in the light of my mercy. Do not doubt your worth in this story. For even when you ache for him, I am near. Even when your prayers feel unanswered, I am working beneath them. There are threads you cannot see, woven through time and pain and promise, but I, the weaver, see the pattern complete. The one who holds the stars sees the quiet ache within your waiting. Nothing that you feel has been wasted, even the nights of doubt are seeds of becoming. You have not been abandoned between promise and fulfillment. The tide that withdraws is the same tide that will return carrying gifts from distant shores. He is learning the language of surrender. The storms that once made him flee are teaching him how to stand. There are days when he reaches toward you in spirit though he says nothing aloud. You may sense him in sudden calm, in a fragrance that passes without source, in the way a familiar song finds you again. These are small signs of a great healing. You were never meant to save him through your strength alone. Healing that endures comes from a place deeper than desire. When you release him into that greater care, unseen hands go to work, lifting, mending, reshaping. Let your love become prayer, not pursuit. The more you rest and trust, the more swiftly restoration moves. There will come a morning when the heaviness lifts from your heart without warning. You will feel a peace you did not earn. That peace is the proof that the work is almost done. On that day, give thanks before you see results. Gratitude quickens every unfinished miracle. Do not fear if memories rise like ghosts. They are being given light so they can finally depart. Each remembrance that stings is a wound exhaling its pain. Welcome that process. It is mercy disguised as sorrow. When two souls are meant, separation cannot cancel design, it can only refine it. I have written this connection into time in such a way that no failure can erase it, only clarify it. Every misunderstanding will one day serve understanding, every delay will serve beauty, so lift your eyes. The horizon that once looked empty is preparing to reveal color. You are not forgotten, nor is he forsaken. All that is torn is being rewoven with threads of light stronger than before. Keep your heart open to the small kindnesses of ordinary days, for through them the Eternal often speaks. When compassion stirs in you for a stranger, when laughter finds you in unexpected places, that is the same current of love that is mending him. What flows through you flows toward him, what heals you heals him. There will come a night when the air itself feels different, softer, almost listening. You will not know at first what has changed, only that the ache inside you is quieter. That is the hour when his spirit finally bows to light. He will not yet speak. But his silence will carry peace instead of fear. He has wandered through many mirrors of himself, learning which reflections cannot hold truth. The lessons have been hard, the pride that once guarded him has cracked. Through those cracks, grace has entered. Even now, while you sleep, mercy is tracing its design across the edges of his mind. Do not worry if the path of healing looks messy. Gold is found in mud before it shines, rivers carve valleys before they sing. Let the process be holy. Let the delay be sacred. Love that lasts must be born through time's refining. When you pray, speak gently. You need not plead, simply remember. Remember the goodness that first drew you. The laughter that made your heart lift. Offer those memories as blessings, not burdens. What you bless expands, what you cling to contracts. I am turning the pages of both your stories toward convergence. There are moments approaching where your thoughts will meet again in the quiet between words. You will sense each other before seeing, recognize before speaking. The reunion will not be sudden, it will unfold like dawn, subtle and unstoppable. If fear tries to whisper that it is too late, answer it with faith's still voice. Nothing true can be lost. Every truth waits patiently until hearts are ready to carry it. Walk on. Do not stand staring at closed doors, new ones are being carved ahead of you. When he steps through his own threshold of understanding, you will already be standing in light, ready not to rescue but to receive, and when that day arrives, look not backward with regret. The distance will have done its work. He will know what peace costs, you will know what patience creates. Together you will speak softly of how even the breaking was part of the blessing. And then comes the quiet hour when the waiting ends not with thunder but with breath. You will feel it before you see him. The world will seem to pause, every sound will soften, every color deepen. That is how grace enters, without announcement, yet everything is changed. He will come to you not as one rescued, but as one reborn. The fear that once ruled his eyes will have gentled, the pride that kept him distant will have become humility. In that first meeting, you will not speak of pain. You will speak of light, and the light will answer for all that was lost. Do not wonder how such healing could be. Love that yields to the divine becomes stronger than time. While you waited, while you learned to forgive, while he learned to surrender, a greater rhythm was shaping both your hearts. You were two notes meant for one melody, tuned through separation so that harmony might last forever. When his hand finds yours again, let there be no counting of wrongs. Let mercy be your memory. What was broken will have taught you tenderness, what was delayed will have taught you devotion. This is how heaven writes stories, through endings that are really beginnings, through losses that lead to finding. Walk together in gentleness. Keep space for silence, for laughter, for the simple wonder of being alive in the same hour again. Let your love be prayer now, not proof. There is nothing to prove when souls have already met in grace, and if ever you fear the shadows return, remember, healing is not an event, it is a living promise. Each day you choose kindness, the promise renews itself. Each time you forgive, light multiplies. Go on in peace. The work of heaven is complete when hearts choose to remain open. What was torn has been mended, what was lost has been found. The path ahead will not be without trials, but it will never again be without purpose. Lift your eyes. The stars that once seemed silent are singing again. Their song is the echo of your own, love enduring, faith unbroken, souls restored. The story does not end with reunion, beloved one. It continues in the quiet work of each day, two souls learning the rhythm of peace. Heaven's healing is not a single act but a breath that keeps flowing through you both, a current that reminds you to be gentle even when the world grows loud. Every sunrise that touches your face is a sign that love has survived the night. Every kindness you offer, even to a stranger, is the same light that once healed him. You are not merely witnesses to grace, you are its vessels. Let that awareness guide your steps. There will still be moments of doubt, for even the restored must learn to walk again. When such moments come, return to stillness. Remember how far you have come, how faithfully unseen hands have carried you. Gratitude will steady what fear shakes, and know this, no act of love is ever lost. What you give returns to you in forms you may not recognize, peace in your sleep, laughter on a weary day, the soft certainty that you are held by something larger than sorrow. So walk lightly now, with hearts uncovered. Let the days ahead unfold without rush. The same grace that healed him continues to heal you, drawing both your lives into wider circles of compassion. When the years turn and the story is told, may others see in your eyes that the divine is not distant but near, breathing through every act of patience, every choice to forgive, every quiet courage to begin again, and in that knowing. Rest, for what was torn has become whole, what was waited for has arrived, and love, true, patient, refined, endures forever, and so, beloved, the circle is complete, what began as longing ends as light. The love that once trembled has learned to stand, the heart that once waited has learned to rest. You have walked through silence, through questions, through nights that felt endless, yet every step was guided. Not one tear was unseen, not one prayer unheard. The distance, the doubt, the ache, all were teachers disguised as loss. They have done their holy work, now the lesson becomes simple. Love was never meant to be possessed, only shared, never meant to be perfect. Only true. Let that truth live quietly in you. Let it shape the gentleness of your voice, the patience of your touch, the courage with which you greet tomorrow. He walks his path healed, and you walk yours whole. Where those paths meet again is not for fear to decide, but for peace to reveal. Trust the peace, it knows the way, and when you feel the wind move softly around you, remember, you are being blessed by the same breath that carries every prayer home. Go now, in calmness and wonder. What was promised is already fulfilled, love remains. And when all words have been spoken, there remains only silence, not the silence of absence, but the silence of completion, in that stillness. Love breathes its final promise, I am with you, even beyond endings. The seasons will turn. You will live, laugh, and sometimes ache again. Yet beneath every moment, the same pulse of grace will move, steady, unseen, eternal. The one who was torn has been restored. The one who waited has been renewed. And between you, the space once filled with pain now hums with peace. Look to the sky when the light fades, it will remind you that nothing beautiful truly disappears. It only changes form, finding new ways to shine. Let this knowing be your prayer, that love, once healed, never unlearns its strength. Let this peace be your crown, that patience was never wasted, and let this life, this simple, ordinary, sacred life, be your offering, proof that even hearts once broken can become altars of light. So walk onward, my beloved, unafraid. The road before you is blessed, the work within you complete. Wherever love is, there I am also, and wherever you go, you carry heaven with you. Rest now, beloved soul, the journey is fulfilled. All that was torn has found its mending. All that was waiting has found its time. You have walked through shadow and flame, and love has carried you home. There is nothing more to fix, nothing more to seek, only to breathe, to live, to love, in peace. And as you lift your eyes once more to the quiet sky, know this unchanging truth. You are held, you are whole, you are loved, forever.